What's happening, baby girl?
Nothing was good.
How you feel?
I feel good. Thank you for having me.
This is my first time in Jacksonville, and it was wild because I only drove through here one time um to get down to Miami
You
during the
drove to Miami?
well, I had to bring a car down because I was staying down here for like 3 months straight or something like that. So I just went ahead and brought a car down or whatever. But I'm here in your city.
Okay. Well, it's kind of not my city. I relocated to the city,
Where you from
but
originally?
I'm from Highlands County. A
What is
little,
that?
it's a little small town called Lake Placid, and nobody ever knows where.
It's around here.
No, it's like 4 hours south of here.
Oh, so you still from Florida then?
hmm
Okay, so why you relocate to Jacksonville?
Because when I got out of prison, I didn't realize I had a small town mindset until I went to prison. So
Okay.
when I got to prison, and it's like being around so many different people from so many different walks of life, it just showed me of like how small and limited my experiences was growing up, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to return to it. So of course, with the probation that I have as well, like the person I was before I went to prison is not the person I am now. And I did not feel like I would be able to complete my probation successfully being in a city where everything was familiar, everybody knew who I used to be and stuff like that. So I just decided to relocate.
So let me back up for a minute, right? Because I want to kind of capture who you are. Let me bring you into what it is that I'm familiar with, right? So obviously the algorithm works in mysterious ways,
Yes, it
right?
does.
And I found you on YouTube, and I'm just scrolling or whatever, and I'm like, this look interesting, right? And I want to kind of back up and kind of get your backstory for a lot of the people that don't know who you are. But I was scrolling through YouTube, and then I clicked on the video, and I'm gonna let you tell your story, so I don't really want to go through that. But I am familiar with the fact that you've been through a lot. Um, Obviously, you did a little bit of time, but I don't really want to highlight that right now. And you have a lot of life lessons that I think that a lot of people can learn from as a result of the things that you've been through, right? So
Yeah.
if we backing it up because I'm familiar, right? But I want to bring the people into it. Um, Give me a little bit of the backstory of why you decided to start a YouTube channel, and then we're gonna reverse back into how you came here in the first place. So why did you start a channel?
I started a channel because I always had TikTok, right? I just get on there, I scroll on TikTok, and I remember when I first came home and I moved to Jacksonville, it was so hard for me to find somewhere to stay. So I posted a video and I was like, talking about let's normalize, convicted felons being able to find housing. And like that video just like
On
blew
TikTok?
up on TikTok.
Okay.
It blew up and it went crazy. So I had a lot of people like reaching out and they were like asking me questions about, you've been to prison. You don't look like you've been to prison. Like, what did you go for? Like, how was it? It was so many people asking me so many questions. But at that point, I still had to work, build a life. It was like a lot of stuff that I had to do. So I wasn't really taking the social media thing too serious. So time went on, and then I ended up posting another video about how they used to call me inmate, and a lot of people, same thing happened with that one. That video blew up too, so I had a lot of people asking me questions. And what was different this time from the last time is the people that were reaching out to me. So I had some people who have platforms that are established, who have followings and everything, and like they reached out to me and was like, can I give you a call? So I was like, go ahead. So I gave him a number and I spoke to him, and he's like, listen, he was like, you really need to take this serious. Like, you have a story to tell. You need to get it out there. You need to push it out there. And he was like, you need to start a YouTube channel. So I started my YouTube channel, and it's been up since then.
You haven't even had the channel for that long, and you already got like, I mean, you moving.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say how many subscribers that you got because I think that over time and as people continue to mine back through this interview, the number is gonna be so crazy. Honestly, I like the first thing that I seen when I seen you, I'm like, oh shit. Seriously, because you comfortable in front of the camera. You very transparent, and I think that a lot of people really, really, really want to hear your story. But more than a story, I think that people want to see your journey.
Yeah.
Right. I think that they want to see what's gonna happen a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Are you like scared, afraid, or anything like that of like now that you're getting this visibility, now that you're getting so much notoriety, are you afraid of like, messing up or anything like that, or not meeting expectations that you think that people have for you?
No, not at all.
You don't care?
I'm not gonna say that I don't care, but I'm not scared of it. I post at the rate that feels comfortable to me. I post about what I feel like talking about. I don't necessarily pay attention to comments as far as like the questions that they ask. I just move at my own pace, and I am who I am. So I feel like when it comes to social media, if you start doing things for views, for people to interact, then you start losing yourself, and then you start worrying about the count, who's paying attention. This video got more, you know what I'm saying, notifications and comments and likes than this one. So it's like, let me post more of this content. And I just made the decision that I'm just going to be me. I'm going to post what's comfortable for me. If I feel like not posting for a while, or if I want to post every day, that's just what it is. But I don't have any fear, because my goal isn't to become a YouTuber.
Well, you don't have no choice.
Yeah, but that's not my goal. Like, that's not the end goal. So it's not something where if YouTube falls off today or tomorrow, it's not gonna affect me much, because that's not the end goal.
What about, let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, so you're 31. And let's back up for a minute. So you're 31. The video that I seen, you were in your teens, or you were describing a time where you were in your teens. Take us through that a little bit, as far as, how you came to get arrested and get convicted and all of that. Kind of take us through that whole story.
Okay, so how I became to get arrested, it's like, that question is like an onion. It has a lot of layers, because I feel like everything in my life led up to that moment. But I ended up going to prison for trafficking in cocaine. So I was sentenced to 10 years. I did 8.5, and it was due to the relationship that I was in. So the relationship, I was involved with a person who dealt with drugs and stuff like that. And being around him and involved with him is the reason why I went to prison. But there was a lot of things in my life that led up to that moment. So,
well, the interesting thing about it, though, is just that, and the reason why I think a lot of people might be so attracted to your story, both guys and girls, is it's the lifestyle a lot of people think that they want, but then it's not.
yeah.
On the other side of it, people don't really have that conversation. And so when you having a conversation on the other side of it, it kind of throw it off a little bit, because it's like, oh, wait a minute, is that the life that you really, really want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you said you were associated. You mean like your boyfriend,
Yeah,
or whatever like that. But you were young, because you only 31, and if you was sentenced to 10,
I was 19. I was 18 when I met him, and I was 19 when I caught my charge.
yeah. When I was looking at one of your videos, you were saying that it wasn't even a person that you was paying attention to at first.
I wasn't when at first, because he had been in and out of prison like a lot. So he was one of those people, like, you just always heard stories about growing up. So when he did come home, and it was like he tried to, every single scene I was on, and he tried to stop me and talk to me and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I knew he was bad news, and I had no interest in him. So for a long time, I curved him for a long time.
Yeah, it's funny, because this happened in small town,
Yeah.
USA, though, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you could avoid him. I'm assuming.
No.
Is it one of those towns where like everybody know everybody?
Everybody know everybody. It's one of those towns where if something happened at the red light uptown, your mama know about it before you get home. Everybody on the street know. It's like, you don't have no business in a small town. None at all. Your business is the community business.